Good morning. It is Sunday. I think it's gonna be in a tight range for a while until economic data change significantly that would warrant a gap fill up here. But for now, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger as far as selling or buying. Okay, if you have it, keep collecting the dividend. If you don't have it, buy on the dip. Certainly, it's not up so much that you should be consider trimming, right? Unless you bought way down there at the bottom. But if you bought at the bottom and you want to consider trimming, then perhaps at the gap fill. But to me, potentially this could be one of those shoulder, head, shoulder. Okay, and let's do this since we have a lot of time today to do something else. As far as the rest of the market, I don't need to go through the slew of tickers that I spoke last Wednesday because basically the message is going to be the same. Okay, if you have it, you should consider trim, right? Trim. If you bought at the downdraft in October, now is the time to trim. It is that simple. Okay. Okay, so you can take a look at this and consider that. You can do this. Duplicate this. Well, would you look at that? Okay. Yeah. If this turned into a inverse head and shoulder, right? But for now, yeah, I don't plan to do anything into the next gap. But if you want to trim into the next gap, that might not be a bad idea. But for me, potentially up here would be the first spot. But let's worry about that after we get to the gap fill, okay? One step at a time. All depend on the economic data. If the economic data deteriorate rapidly in week, when I double down below 90, I take the 50. Same thing with the QQQ. Record high, well, 52-week high. Trim time. SPY, same thing, okay? Everything is pretty high. And the VIX, okay, look at the VIX. We are 52-week low. So this market is quite overbought, okay? Let's overlay, let's do something. Let's do, since I'm not gonna take a look at the ticker, let's do this, add, compare. Let's take a look at S&P 500. Look at that. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. Look at the inverse relationship between the S&P 500 and the VIX. You can see it, right? You can see clearly. Wow. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. So, is it a surprise that the S&P 500 is near 52-week high when the VIX is at 52-week low? Yeah. So it's flashing danger. Okay, flashing danger. So trim, trim, trim. Okay. Is it like a guarantee to come down? No. It could be we can go down a little bit in December and then really hit it hard in January and February. Okay, so just be careful. Let's take a look at the QQQ. Let's add the QQQ. See how that um, fare. Compare that. Let's add the QQQ. Not so much. Okay, mainly because of tech, right? The Max 7 with the big daddy. So yeah, the Max 7 does not have the same kind of relationship, inverse relationship we have with the VIX, but for sure you should be trimming. Okay, it quite buying as much I want to add to Google and Meta and Microsoft. I'm content with trimming the Netflix, um, the Meta. I haven't trimmed any. Yes, I did. I trimmed a little bit Microsoft. I did not trim any Google, but yeah, I love to add to them on a dip. But for now, it's a trim. Okay, it's a trim. I did trim QQQ as well. Now, the one area that I thought is worth talking about is, of course, gold. Um, let's let's see. Am I comparing? Let's remove. What is this one here? I think that's the S&P. Let's just remove the QQQ. Yes, I just want to focus on GLD, right? Would I like? I bought some GLD. Okay, but um, I would like to add more on the weakness, but it's not declining enough. Okay, but let me show you something that might be a better buy. Let's add a study, and I think for me, instead of like adding to GLD on a dip, I will add to the gold producer. Look at that. Okay, as you can see, GDX track GLD almost in sync for the first 6 months of this year, right? And then it start to diverge a lot since July. Instead of trying to add to GLD or chase GLD here, because the gold producer benefit from high gold prices, and a big component of cost to the gold producer is what? Oil. Like a lot of energy to dig up the gold. Buy GDX outright here, as well as doing maybe some kind of call spread, bullish call spread. Buy the dip, yeah. Sell put spread below, and then on the pop, perhaps do a bull call spread, yeah. Where I would do a bull call spread. Well, let's focus on GDX. Okay, let's remove the comparison. Okay, let's remove the comparison. It's too busy. Okay, here is GDX. Okay, first of all, you got the channel, and then breakout, failure, try to break out again, get back in there. Okay, maybe this is it. Okay, this has been a tough resistance here. I've been watching GDX for quite some time as well, and no doubt there is a zone of resistance. Let's do the zone. You know how I like the zone. Okay. That's your zone. Sure, if it break this zone, it can go high. Okay, if you break this zone here, I don't mind buying the dip, but I think the bigger move is perhaps if it can break this. If it can break this, I think we can run. Look at this. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Okay, so to me, that could be the big move. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this. You know how I like my, let's see, right there. So if that is a breakout, then yeah, you can see the move right into this potential end of the channel. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I like that. I like the risk reward um, in GDX much more than GLD. So yeah, now that I put more effort into looking at the chart, I do like what I'm seeing here. For sure, buy the dip. Based on what I see here, where would I do my bull call spread? 30. Okay. Do a 30, 34, 30 call spread. Yeah, I like that. Of course, as far as bull put spread, I would do 28, 26. Okay. The gap fill, I would mind buying 100 share right there. Should it dip below 28? Or you can do a tighter spread. Okay. But for me, 28, 26 is still decent. I like that. If you don't want to buy 100 shares, maybe you do a 26, 24, but it's not enough juice there. There's barely enough juice for 28, 26. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think on Monday, 28, 26 put spread, and then 30, 34 call spread. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my focus. Now, as far as the other call spread I did was, of course, XBI. I like it here. I might add to the position, but for now, it's working out. All right. For now, the move on XBI is still good. I like it. Would I buy the share outright? Yeah. If there's a correction in the market, you betcha I'm gonna come in and sell more put spread, perhaps 65, 63. Yeah, down here. For me, it's a no-brainer. Okay. Last time it dipped down here in the gray zone, it's a buy. Okay. And if you bought in the gray zone, you already get yourself a 10% return stream because not much has changed since Wednesday. Anyhow, like I said, this is a short stream. Thank you for watching. If you want me to look at any specific stock um, at the ticker, in fact, since this is short, I have time. I have time to waste. I got another 10 minutes that I can do before I have other things to do with my day. Give me a second here. Let me look at my, let me check my message here on my phone. Make sure that, how much time do I have? I have about 10 minutes. Yeah. For those that watch my, right, Yum. Perhaps it is one of those stocks that I have never traded. I have never traded Yum. I have traded Domino Pizza, but take a look at Yum. Is it time to buy Yum? Look at. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Doesn't look like anything there. There's nothing in the chart right now that's scream that is a buy. Could be a channel right there, right? Could be. But I'm just looking for potential stock to invest should we are heading into a recession next year. So far, look like there is I would call it there's a big zone of resistance. So let's draw in the zone. As always, resistance is never just one price point, right? It could be a zone. Okay, it could be a zone. But yeah, it's nothing compelling here as far as Yum. Domino Pizza. Another chart that doesn't look all that compelling. Just look at this all crazy gap. Okay, so yeah, it's not. It's definitely not a chart that I also don't look at often, and nothing here compelling for me to jump in. But for sure, if there is, because There's not much I can add to the typical stuff that I do every week, like the Meta, the FANG, Nvidia, Goldman Sachs, all the regular stuff I do, unless it is major drastic news that change. I don't see any reason uh, to rehash them uh, more than once a week, maybe on Wednesday instead of like Wednesday and Sunday, right? Anyhow, yeah, I will keep researching on my free time to see if I can come up with a good idea to invest or trade outside of the typical ticker that I follow every week. It's always good to find new ideas. So we'll see. If I see anything new, I bring it up at the next or future streams. And thank you for watching. Have a good Sunday. Enjoy your football.